This is Stuart Cameron with a look at yesterday's rugby from the Borders. And it was another disappointing afternoon for Melrose in the British and Irish Cup. The Rose suffered their third defeat in this season's competition. Nottingham were the visitors to the Greenyards, and it was the East Midlands side who left with a bonus point victory, their winger Alexander Lewington scoring his side's fourth try deep into stoppage time. Melrose held a narrow lead at half-time. Andrew Skeen and Joe Helps with a penalty apiece to edge them 6-3 in front, but their opponents were the more clinical during the second half, and despite the best efforts of Sepp Visser, who scored 2 tries for Melrose, it was Nottingham who ended victorious, 32-20, the final score. Melrose player-coach John DL.
Our whole focus was trying to stay in it in the first half, which we did, and after that 25-minute mark in the first half, we got into the game and we got up to the pace with them, and at times we looked the better team, and we had a lot of possession certainly in that first half, and maybe unlucky with the first wee breakaway we got with Sepp Visser at with the try we all thought was a try, and it was deemed a knock on, but just a bit of luck in these games, and you make one mistake and you get punished, and we had a lot of ball, and I think defensively a couple of just step-in tackles that we shouldn't have if we just held it width and gave them 2 easy scores.
After last weekend's heroics at Netherdale, Gala travelled to Birmingham with high hopes of a double over hosts Moseley. At half-time, Gala led 13-0, 2 Lee Miller penalties and a Gavin Young converted try, the difference between the sides. Moseley scored their first points of the match when they finally breached the Gala defence 10 minutes into the second half. With 9 minutes left, a penalty edged the home side closer before they hit Gala with a sucker punch in injury time. An unconverted try brought the sides level before a drop goal snatched the points from Gala's grasp. Gala left with a losing bonus and thoughts of what might have been. In the Border Cup, the game between Kelso and Hawick had been switched to the 3G pitch at Netherdale, but as temperatures rose, the club decided to switch back to Mansfield Park and play the game in front of their home fans. But it was Kelso who came out on top with a 19-15 win. Kelso's second row, Andrew Wallace, ran in for his side's only try, with Murray Hastie kicking the rest of the points for a 19-0 lead before the Greens rallied during the second period. Neil Rennick and Sean Muir both scoring a try apiece, with Neil converting Sean's score and kicking a penalty. But it wasn't enough, and Hawick had to settle for a losing bonus point. We hear first from victorious Kelso coach Eugene Murnane.
It's a great result for us down here, especially after all the inactivity we've had over the last couple of weeks, ourselves and Hawick, So I think it was a game that both sides desperately needed. From our point of view, it's a great win for us down here. It's a confidence booster, obviously, for us to get back into the National Leagues next week against Jed.
A very disappointed Hawick head coach Phil Leck.
We've not turned up in any way, shape or form. We've struggled at scrum time, we've struggled at line-out, we've struggled to kick the ball. We've tried some of the glory stuff and it's not quite worked. And apart from a little spell of 20 minutes where we really sort of punched back into the game and started playing some structure and started playing how we normally play, it was a bit of a strange thing to watch and very, very disappointing from my point of view. The thing that disappointed me was the defence, but you don't tend to do much defence work in a sports hall or we've been working in 30 by 30 metres. It just showed out there it was as though we were strangers in bits.
Hawick, of course, have a huge game next week when they take on Watsonians, who are on a 14-match unbeaten run at the moment. That game's at Mansfield Park, and a match which the Greens win will keep them in the hunt for promotion into the Premiership. The Cup games between Selkirk and Jed Forest and Hawick YM against Peebles were both postponed yesterday. Selkirk's match will go ahead tomorrow night at 7:30 at Philiphaugh. There were other local matches played yesterday. In East League 1, Duns lost 32-5 at North Berwick. In the second division, Gala YM went down 28-7 at home to Trinity Accies, and in East 3, St Boswell's beat RDVC 27-0. Next week, it's a big weekend of rugby as we return to league action. In the Premiership, Gala host Aberdeen Grammar. Melrose are also at home to Edinburgh Accies. The local derby in the Championship sees Jed Forest at home to Kelso. Hawick are hosting Watsonians, and Selkirk play at Philiphaugh against Hillhead Jordan Hill. In Championship B, Peebles are at home to Perthshire and Hawick YM visit Lasswade. Both games on form should see comfortable wins for the two local sides. Remember, for all the news, results, video, audio and rankings, go to bordersrugby.net.
Stark, Main & Co. are a UK award-winning firm of chartered tax advisors and accountants committed to offering high-quality tax and business advisory services. With a committed and professional team, we have the focus and drive to help you change the numbers which are important to you. We are proud of the difference we can make together.